Yes, dear students, in this particular session, I will discuss about the consolidation settlement, and also I will be discussing some of the numerical problems in this particular session. Okay. So as you know, consolidation settlement is nothing but it is the settlement which will be taking place in the case of the clay strata or organic soil also. So particularly when the clay strata which is having the moisture content, sufficient moisture content. So upon loading, these water, that is nothing but the pore water, which will be released. So due to this expulsion of pore water, so ultimately there will be some a significant settlement which is going to take place uh, in that particular strata. Okay, so this is nothing but what normally consolidation, what we can call. Now, the consolidation theory and all, I think you might have studied in your basic geotechnical engineering. So, Tarjagi's one-dimensional consolidation theory holds good here in this consolidation while calculating the consolidation settlement, as well as the spring mass analogy also holds good. Uh, Now, as long as the permeability is there, so that is nothing but the soil is having sufficient ability to allow the flow of water through it. So this expulsion of the pore water from almost all the direction which is going to take place from the soil. As a consequence, ultimately the settlement uh, upon loading which is observed. Okay, what we can call it is nothing but consolidation. Okay, consolidation settlement. So now there is, I think, the difference between the compaction as well as consolidation also you might have studied in your previous semester. So as the compaction is nothing but it is a quick process, consolidation is nothing but it is a time related phenomenon, or it is nothing but it will be taking much time. Okay. So compaction is again expulsion of the pore air, and consolidation is nothing but what expulsion of pore water taking place there. So then compaction, which will be uh, the soil of almost all the category, which can be compacted adequately if we use the sufficient compactive energy. Those air pockets or the air voids which will be uh, released or which will be escaped. So consequently, we can expect or we can get some denser material. Okay, so densely packed material. So it is nothing but what the compaction mechanism. But whereas in the consolidation, as you know, upon loading, it is nothing but a steady load which is there, or it is nothing but of constant magnitude which has to be there on the strata for a longer duration. Ultimately, due to this, the load which is resting on clay media, so it is nothing but clay soil, so which has sufficient saturation. So upon loading, so the expulsion of the pore water taking place, which ultimately causing the settlement. Okay. So ultimately, it is nothing but what the consolidation settlement, what we can call. Okay. So this is what it is a basic phenomenon of a consolidation settlement. Some of these things you might have already discussed in the previous semesters. Okay. So then, how the calculation, the consolidation settlement is calculated, or how it is determined? So, as the formula which is indicated here in this particular slide, as you can see, using this particular formula, we can calculate the consolidation settlement. So, what is that? So, SC is equal to CC into H divided by 1 plus E naught into log of sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught. Okay, or it also can be written as SC is equal to HCC. Okay, HCC, you can easily remember this particular form, divided by 1 plus E naught as usual. Okay, 1 plus E naught as usual, and remaining thing whatever it is there, so it is nothing but log of sigma naught plus delta sigma, so that we have to write inside the bracket. Okay, so this is the uh, the simplest form of this particular equation so that you can very easily remember this particular form. Okay, SC is equal to SCC divided by 1 plus E naught into the bracket log of sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught to the base 10. So this is what uh, the simplest form of this consolidation settlement equation. Okay, so here in this particular equation, SC is nothing but consolidation settlement, CC is nothing but compression index, E naught is nothing but initial voids ratio, and H is nothing but thickness of the clay layer or clay strata. Sigma naught is nothing but initial overburden pressure or the surcharge pressure at the middle of the clay layer. This is very much important. So whenever the clay layer is given to you, so we must calculate the surcharge pressure. As you know that surcharge pressure is calculated using this particular equation. So it is nothing but what, gamma into uh, H. Okay, gamma into H. Okay, so this is H. If you take this is H. Okay, so then surcharge pressure. So surcharge pressure. So SP, or it is nothing but what, sigma naught. Okay, sigma naught. So which is equal to gamma into H. Okay, gamma into H. So here we are only taking the density or the unit weight of the soil. Okay, the surcharge or the overburden due to soil only we are taking in the case of sigma naught. Whereas delta sigma is nothing but what? The excess amount of the pressure generated due to the new construction. For example, here in this particular case, assume that there is a building which will be constructed later. So due to which an additional amount of the pressure which will be applied on the clay strata. So this additional amount of or the excess amount of the pressure which is generated due to the construction of new building. So which is nothing but what? Delta sigma. Delta is nothing but change in the pressure. Okay, change in the stress. So this is what it is the various parameters which we are using in this particular equation. Okay. Furthermore, here additionally we have to see two other parameters. Okay. So which is nothing but what, the compression index. So in order to calculate the compression index, we have to use this particular formula. So 0.009 into liquid limit minus 10. Okay, liquid limit minus 10. So we can calculate the compression index in terms of a decimal number. Okay, it is nothing but somewhere around 0.45, zero point 0.6. Likewise, we will be getting the compression index, or maybe even if it is a liquid limit is higher, so it may be an integer. Okay, so then voids ratio, initial voids ratio E naught, which will be calculated here using this particular equation. So it is, as you know that in the basic geotechnical engineering we had derived one particular equation where is nothing but the Wg is equal to Sr into E. This is the same form we are using here. So if you take E on right hand side, okay, or left hand side, just you write, if you simplify further, so it is going to be E is equal to Wg divided by Sr. Okay, Wg divided by Sr. So this is the same form we are using here in order to calculate the initial voids ratio E naught. Okay, so these are the various parameters which are involved in this particular equation. Okay, in this particular equation, right? You can note down the equation further as well as the relevant parameters. Okay. Let us see. Uh, let us try to have one problem here. Okay, one problem. A layer of soft clay is 6 meter thick and lies under a newly constructed building. The weight of the sand overlying the clayey layer produces a pressure of 260 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, 260 kilonewton per meter square. And the new construction increases the pressure by 100 kilonewton per meter square. So this is what we are talking about, the delta sigma. Okay, delta sigma Okay, so it is nothing but what? Change in the pressure. Okay, whereas the value of 260 is nothing but what? It is due to the soil itself. It is nothing but what? Sigma naught. Okay, initial overburden pressure before the construction of the building there. Okay, this will be this was acting. Okay, on the soil. So if the compression index is zero point 0.5, Cc value is given 0.5. Compute the settlement. Okay, water content is also given 40% and specific gravity of the soil grains is also given as 2.65. Okay, 2.65. So let us have this particular form of the equation. So Sc is equal to HCC divided by 1 plus E naught into log of sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught to the base 10. Okay, so this form you need to remember. So in this particular equation, as you know that H is nothing but thickness of the compressible strata. Okay, thickness of the compressible strata is nothing but thickness of the soft clay layer. Okay, 6 meter thick it is. So 6 meter in the sense 600 centimeter that we have to convert and we have to write. And the compression index value Cc, which can be calculated also if you know the liquid limit, or if it is given directly, we can use the direct value also. Cc is given here directly. So Cc is equal to 0.5. We can refer the same value and we can substitute here 0.5 divided by 1 plus E naught. E naught is nothing but what? Initial voids ratio. Okay, initial voids ratio upon saturation. Okay, upon saturation in the sense SR will be equal to 1. SR equal to 1. So it is nothing but what? SR is equal to 100%. So upon saturation, so we'll be taking SR is equal to 1. So E is equal to Wg. If you use this particular equation, so W is nothing but 40% water content, right? It is given here 40%, and G is equal to 2.65. It's nothing but the specific gravity is also mentioned here 2.65 in this particular problem. So 1.06 is nothing but what? Initial voids ratio E naught value, right? So then other than that, sigma naught value as well as delta sigma value is also given directly. So we can substitute the same. Okay, as you can see here after the substitution. So this will be the uh, form of the equation we'll be getting. And finally, if you substitute all the parameters and if you simplify, the final answer would be this one. So 21.3 centimeters. Okay, 21.3 centimeters. It is done the consolidation settlement due to the new construction over there. Okay, so it is nothing but what? The final answer Sc is equal to 21.3 centimeters. So you can substitute all these parameters. So of course you need to remember this particular form of the equation, consolidation settlement equation. So then only thing we need to do is nothing but the substitution. While substitution you must take care. So it is nothing but voids ratio we have to calculate appropriately. So the same value we need to use. Then water content, of course, it should be expressed in term. If it is given in the percentage, we have to convert and you have to write in the decimal form. Okay, 0.4 in this case. So likewise, remaining parameters we can calculate. If Cc is not given, compression index is not given, the equation which I was showing you in the previous slide, so that we have to use, that is nothing but 0.009. Okay, 0.009 liquid limit minus 10. Okay, so it is nothing but what? This was the equation uh, which I was showing you in the previous slide. So this we have to use. Okay, if it is not given. So this is regarding what? The solution. Okay. So let us take another problem and we will see how it can be solved. Okay. Uh, so here in this particular problem, let us read this particular problem statement. A square footing of 1.2 meter by 1.2 meter, which rests on a saturated clay layer, which is 4 meter deep. Okay. Total depth of this particular layer is 4 meter, that is indicated here 4 meter, right? So this is clay layer. Okay. Then liquid limit is equal to 30%, which is given. Gamma saturated is equal to, that is saturated unit weight is 17.8 kilonewton per meter cube. Water content is equal to 28% and specific gravity G is equal to 2.68. Okay, specific gravity G is equal to 2.68. Determine the settlement if the footing carries a load of 300 kilonewton. Okay, 300 kilonewton, right? Uh, yes, now of course we have to write the equation. You know, SC is equal to SCC divided by 1 plus E naught into log of sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught, where H is nothing but what? Thickness of the compressible layer. Okay, thickness of the compressible layer, it's nothing but what? Clay layer. 4 meter we have to take. Okay, 4 meter we have to take. Of course, where then Cc is equal to, we have the equation. So 0.009 liquid limit minus 10%. Okay, so this we need to use here. So 0.009 into liquid limit, which is nothing but 30%, minus 10, 30 minus 10, 20 into 0.009. The answer will be 0.18. Okay, 0.18. That is the Cc value. Okay. Then of course E naught value is also required here. E naught is equal to W into G. So W is nothing but what? Water content, which is given here 28%. So 28% means 0.28 we have to take into G. G is nothing but 2.68. Okay, 2.68. This value also we have to substitute. Finally, if you multiply both, so you'll be getting 0.75. Okay, 0.75 or 0.75 you can take directly. It's nothing but what? Initial voids ratio, E naught value, right? So here we have calculated Cc as well as E naught, and we have taken the H value also. The next job is nothing but to get the value of sigma naught as well as the delta sigma, right? So sigma naught value, it is, as I said, it is nothing but what? It is the surcharge pressure, okay, surcharge pressure or overburden pressure of the soil. So we are not considering any type of the construction here. We are taking the virgin condition of the soil before taking the before uh, having the building over there. So that is the actual condition we have to consider. So sigma naught is equal to, usually the overburden pressure is nothing but, always you remember, unit weight of the soil into the depth under consideration. Okay, here. So what we need to do is H may be taken as Z. Okay, H may be taken as Z also. Okay, Z is nothing but what? Depth, right? Okay. So this I am going to take as Z only, right? So sigma naught is equal to gamma into Z. Rather here the gamma value which is given, uh, gamma saturated. Okay, gamma saturated. So we have to use gamma saturated only. Okay, gamma saturated only, since it is indicated that the soil is under fully saturation condition. Okay, fully saturated. So gamma saturated into Z. Okay, so always you remember, whenever such strata is given, okay, so we have to consider whatever the stress or the pressure, sigma naught, or maybe it is a delta sigma, up to the mid layer of the clay layer we have to consider mid layer. Okay, midpoint we have to locate. So the midpoint is nothing but what? It will be at 2 meter depth. Okay, at 2 meter depth. So it is nothing but what? 2 meter depth we have to calculate the surcharge pressure. Okay, 2 meter depth. So Z will be equal to 2 meter, and gamma saturated value is 17.8. Okay, 17.8 into 2 meter. Okay, into 2 meter. So the answer will be around 35.6 kPa. Okay, 35.6 kPa. So this is nothing but what? Uh, the initial overburden pressure or surcharge pressure. So it's nothing but how much? So 35.6 kPa. Okay, kilonewton per meter square. Okay, kilonewton per meter square. Okay. Now the last thing we need to do is nothing but what? The value of delta sigma we need to calculate. Okay, so delta sigma is nothing but what? Usually you remember the equation, which is nothing but what? Delta sigma is equal to, okay, delta sigma is equal to the load, okay, the load divided by divided by P or Q. Okay, load is nothing but Q or P we are taking. So divided by, since it is a square footing, so B plus Z the whole square. Okay, B plus Z the whole square. So I think if you remember the stress chapter, okay, stress distribution in soil. So there we had a similar equation. Okay, you turn the page of your notebook, so you'll be getting this particular part of the equation. Okay, so in the stress distribution of the soil, we had discussed this particular form. Okay, square area, if it is there, B by B, then sigma Z, it is nothing but what? Delta only we are considering here, change in the stress due to the construction, new construction. So Q divided by B plus Z the whole square, where Q is nothing but the point load. So point load is nothing but what? 300 kilonewton. Directly we can take that. Okay. Then B is nothing but what? The width. So it is a square footing, sides are same. So 1.2 we are considering just here. The calculation which is shown here. So this was the footing which was situated at the ground level over the clay strata, as is of 4 meter deep, as it is indicated in this particular figure. Okay, so this uh, square footing, since it has got 1.2 meter side, so directly we can copy this 1.2 meter. Okay, then uh, as per the 2 is to 1 distribution theory, okay, dispersion theory we are using 2 is to 1 dispersion theory. So again I have discussed this 2 is to 1 dispersion theory in the stress distribution module. So there you can uh, watch those videos on 2 is to 1 dispersion theory. Okay, so if you use 2 is to 1 dispersion theory, always we remember, for example, this is the total depth of 4 meter we are considering. So at the midway we have to take 2 meter only. Okay, this is the side of this particular triangular portion. Okay, so this is nothing but what? 2 is to 1 dispersion. Okay, so we are assuming that the applied load which will be dispersed uh, at this particular flow. Okay, 2 is to 1. Okay, so here 2 vertical is to 1 horizontality. Okay, 2 vertical is to 1 horizontal. Right. So this is 2 meter and another side is also 2 meter. Okay, 2 meter. So since the total depth is 4 meter, exactly half of that we are going to consider. So this is the logic behind that. So total width, okay, total width from here to here. So this is nothing but what? 2 plus 2 plus 1.2. So it is nothing but what? 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 1.2 is nothing but what? 5.2. Okay, 5.2. Right. So this is nothing but what? From here to this side. Okay. So this is nothing but what? The dispersed area, what we can call. Okay, dispersed area. So the dispersed area, since the square footing we are considering, okay, since the square footing we are considering, so the dispersed area is also in the form of square will be getting. Okay, dispersed area also will be in nothing but what? In the form of square will be getting. So let me erase everything and then I will freshly can show this shape. Okay, so this is nothing but what? 5.2 this side, 5.2 this side, and 5.2 this side, 5.2 this side also. So this is nothing but what? This is the square, the dispersed area of a square shape. Okay, square shape. So since the footing is also square shape, so dispersed area is will be also in the square shape. Okay, so 5.2 in the denominator, 5.2 into 5.2. So it is nothing but what? Square. The area is nothing but 5.2 the whole square. So that's what the square came here. So 300 divided by 5.2 the whole square. The answer will be 11.095 kPa. 11.095 kPa. So it is nothing but what? The value of delta sigma. So change in the overburden pressure or change in the pressure due to the new construction or the footing. Okay. Uh, so almost all the parameters we have calculated. I think yes, sigma naught we have calculated here, delta sigma we have calculated, Cc we have calculated, H we have calculated as well as E naught is also calculated. The final value of SC, that's nothing but consolidation settlement, will be 0.0485 meters. Okay, 0.0485 meters. Either you express the consolidation settlement in meters, or if you express the same in mm, uh, it will be a good practice always. Okay, so I hope you understood this particular problem. Okay, so let us move on. Let us see another problem. Okay, what is that? So the soil profile which is given here, which is shown uh, at a building site. Okay, soil profile at a building site consists of dense sand up to 2 meter depth. Okay, dense sand up to 2 meter depth. Normally loaded soft clay from 2 meter to 6 meter depth. Okay, 2 meter to 6 meter depth, and stiff impervious rock below 6 meter depth. Okay, the groundwater table is at 0.4 meter depth below the ground level. The sand has a density of 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube above the water table and 19 kilonewton per meter cube below it. For the clay, natural water content is 50%, liquid limit is 65%, and grain specific gravity is 2.65. Calculate the probable ultimate settlement resulting from a uniform distributed surface load of 40 kilonewton per meter square applied over an extensive area of the site. Okay, so this is nothing but what? The problem statement. Now if you express these details in the form of a simple sketch, okay, simple sketch, so this kind of sketch will be getting. Okay, so the top 2 meter depth, there is a sandy soil which is existing. Okay, sand deposit, and yeah, bottom 4 meter depth, which is nothing but the thickness of the clay layer, compressible stud. Okay, uh, yeah, midway we are showing here, it is nothing but at 2 meter depth, so this is nothing but midpoint, right? Now the data pertaining to this particular clay layer, which is indicated here, water content is equal to 50%, liquid limit is equal to 65%, specific gravity is equal to 2.65. It is not percentage. Okay, can discard this. Okay, 2.65 only, right? Whereas the sand layer, okay, sand layer has got this particular properties. Okay, gamma unit weight is equal to 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube. Gamma sat, saturated unit weight is 19 kilonewton per meter cube. Gamma dash, okay, gamma dash if you calculate, okay, so gamma dash is nothing but submerged unit weight. Okay, submerged unit weight is nothing but what? Gamma saturated minus gamma W. Okay, gamma saturated minus gamma W. So here gamma W is taken as 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So gamma saturated is 19 kilonewton per meter cube. Gamma saturated gamma W is 10, almost 9.81 we are taking gamma W. Here it is taken as 10, round figure. Okay, so then it will be 9 kilonewton per meter cube. Okay, 9 kilonewton per meter cube. So it's nothing but what? The gamma dash value. Okay. Additionally, there is a presence of water table which is indicated here. The water table is existing at a depth 0.4 meter below the ground level. Okay, 0.4 meter below the ground level. Okay, so it is nothing but what? The location of the groundwater table. So this is indicated here in the dotted in the form of a dotted line. Okay, in the form of dotted line. So these are the different details uh, which are given in this particular problem related to soil. Okay, the soil properties. Okay, so then additionally, this particular strata has got uh, a load, okay, uniform distributed load of magnitude 4 ton per square meter. Okay, it is nothing but the surface pressure. Okay, surface pressure 4 ton per square meters. Okay, so these are the details which are given here in this particular problem. Okay, let us solve. Uh, let us see what will be the settlement in this particular condition. Okay. For the clay stratum, water content is equal to 50%, as well as G is equal to specific gravity is equal to 2.65. Okay, 2.65. Then since it is a saturated, okay, so we have E is equal to W into G by assuming SR is equal to 1 or 100%. So W is equal to 0.5 and G is equal to 2.65. The answer will be 1.325. It is nothing but what? E naught value, 1.325. Then in order to calculate White's ratio, okay, initial White's ratio, we have got this particular technique. Okay, it's nothing but what? So initially we have to get the value of uh, E naught is nothing but what? 1.325 only. So in order to get the gamma value, okay, gamma value, that means nothing but in order to that the gamma value which can be calculated, uh, which can be used here for the calculation of overburden pressure. Okay, overburden, initially effective overburden pressure. Okay, effective overburden pressure, that is nothing but what? Sigma naught, right? So let us see how this can be calculated. Okay, gamma saturated is equal to G plus E divided by 1 plus E into gamma W. Okay, G plus E divided by 1 plus E into gamma W, where G is equal to 2.65 and E is equal to 1.325 divided by 1 plus 1.325 into 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So it is nothing but what? The saturated uh, uh, unit weight if you solve. Okay, so then 17.1 kilonewton per meter cube is the final answer. Okay, it is nothing but saturated unit weight of the soil. Okay, particularly the clay. Okay, clay strata. So saturated. Why we are calculating the saturation, the saturated unit weight in the sense? So it is given here in this particular problem. The groundwater table is present. Okay, at a depth 0.4 meter below the ground level. So as it is, the groundwater table is present. So whatever the portion which is existing below than this groundwater table, which is going to be considered as saturated one. Okay, saturated one. So we have to consider the saturated condition. Okay, so we have taken here gamma saturated or submerged condition. Okay, saturated or submerged condition. So usually if the value which is if it is not given, okay, not given, it is nothing but what? The saturated value is not given. So then we have to calculate, we must calculate the saturated unit weight like this. Okay, so G plus E divided by 1 plus E into gamma W, you may be uh, remembering this particular equation. So using this particular equation, finally we will be getting the answer of 17.1 kilonewton per meter cube. It is nothing but gamma saturated value. So then if you use uh, this same value in calculating the gamma dash, okay, gamma dash, it is nothing but what? The submerged unit weight. Since the this portion is existing below the water table, so we are considering here the submerged unit weight. Okay, so gamma dash is nothing but what? Gamma saturated minus gamma W again. So you can calculate 17.1. Okay, 17.1 minus 10. Okay, 17.1 minus 10. Okay, 10 is nothing but what? Unit weight of water. Okay, unit weight of water. The similar formula which I have used here, this particular formula. Okay, so 17.1 minus 10. So the answer will be 7.1 kilonewton per meter cube, which is nothing but what? Submerged unit weight, gamma dash. Okay, gamma dash, right? Submerged unit weight of clay. Clear. Now, if you calculate the initial effective overburden pressure, okay, initial overburden pressure, so what it will be? So initially we have to consider, let me clear first all these markings, okay, yes, right. So sigma naught is equal to what we have to do. So this depth we have to consider first, zero 0.4, okay, into corresponding unit weight we have to multiply, okay. So since the water table is here, okay, water table is here, the above, the soil which is lying above this particular portion, so which will be having the unit weight of 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube only, 18.5 kilonewton per meter cube only. So zero 0.4 into 18.5 plus, okay. So if you move here below the water table, so this layer, this strata I am considering, or this particular portion I am considering. So this is total 2 meter, okay, this is total 2 meter. 2 minus zero 0.4, okay, 2 minus zero 0.4, it is nothing but what, 1.6 meter, okay, 1.6 meter. So this is what it is written over here, 1.6 into 9, okay, 9 is nothing but what, since this portion is lying beneath below the water table, so gamma dash we have to consider. So gamma dash, it is nothing but what, 9, okay, 9 kilonewton per meter cube, okay. So similarly, the remaining portion at the up to midway, or the mid layer, so we have to continue our calculation. So it is nothing but what, 2 meter, okay, 2 meter which is written over here, into 7.5. So 7.5 is nothing but what, the gamma dash value which was calculated here, okay, 7.1, okay, 7.1 kilonewton per meter square, 7.1 kilonewton per meter square, okay. So this is what it is calculated here, okay, 7.1 kilonewton per meter cube, okay, kilonewton per meter cube. Now if we substitute the answer, which will be nothing but what, 36 kilonewton per meter square, okay, it is kilonewton, right, everything is nothing but what, kilonewton per meter square it is. So 36 kilonewton per meter square is nothing but what, the value of sigma naught, okay, sigma naught, initial overburden pressure, or it is also called as initial effective overburden pressure or surcharge pressure. Sigma naught is equal to 36 kilonewton per meter square. So we have not taken the surface pressure into consideration up to this point, okay. So only the soil properties were taken into consideration, right. So let us move forward now. So let us assume that the applied surface pressure of 4 ton per meter square, so gets transmitted to the mid of the clay layer, okay, mid of the clay layer, right. So then delta sigma dash, okay, delta sigma dash we have to consider. So this will be going to 40 kilonewton per meter square, okay. So what he has considered in this particular problem, so directly he has assumed that the total 4 ton per meter square, whatever it is acting here, so he is considering that the same 4 ton per meter square which will be acting here also. So it is nothing but what, at the midpoint, okay, at the midpoint, due to the new construction, okay, due to the new construction, okay. So the same 4 ton per meter square he is considering, okay. So 4 ton per meter square, so which is nothing but what, 40 ton 40 kilonewton per meter square, okay, 40 kilonewton per meter square, right. So this you must understand. And additionally, he has not calculated the one is using 2:1 dispersion theory also, since the footing sizes were not given, it is missing. So we cannot use the 2:1 dispersion theory here. So rather, he has directly assumed that the total surface pressure 4 ton per meter square, which will be acting directly in at the midway, okay, mid layer, okay, of the clay strata. So that is nothing but what, ultimately the delta sigma dash value is 40 kilonewton per meter square. And similarly, compression index, which can be calculated using this particular equation, Cc is equal to 0.009 into liquid limit minus 10. If you substitute liquid limit as 65 here, as it is given in this particular problem, this is liquid limit is the clay. Okay, the clay has got liquid limit of 65% as it was given in this particular problem. So the Cc value is 0.495. Okay, 0.495. Finally, if you substitute all these parameters in this particular equation, so HCC divided by 1 plus E naught into log of sigma naught plus delta sigma dash divided by sigma naught to the base 10. So then X is equal to 400 centimeters. Okay. So Cc is 0.495. Right. So then E naught is equal to 1.325. Then sigma naught is equal to 36. Delta sigma dash is equal to 40. Okay. Denominator also 36. So if you substitute and if you calculate, the final answer will be 27.64 centimeters. Okay, 27.64 centimeters, which is nothing but what? The consolidation settlement. Okay, the consolidation settlement. Okay, the consolidation settlement. So this is what the problem, right? Okay, let us see the last problem here. A footing of size 2 meter by 2 meter transferring a pressure of 200 kilonewton per meter square, which is placed at a depth of 1.5 meter below the ground as shown in the figure. Okay, the clay stratum is normally consolidated. The clay has got the specific gravity of 2.65 and compression index of 0.3. Okay, compression index of 0.3. So particularly in this problem, he has mentioned that considering 2:1 dispersion theory, 2 vertical is to 1 horizontal dispersion theory, so load distribution, so we have to calculate the value of delta sigma dash. Remaining parameters of the soil are, so gamma W is equal to 10 kilonewton per meter cube, as you know. Okay, then specific gravity is also given as 2.65. Okay, compression index is 0.3. Okay, all these parameters were given. Okay, unit weight of water, which is nothing but gamma W, already it is written over here, 10 kilonewton per meter cube. Then we have to calculate primary consolidation settlement of clay at midpoint. Okay, at midpoint, somewhere here, midpoint. So it is nothing but what? At a depth 0.75. Okay, 0.75 from this interface. Okay, 0.75 meter depth only we are considering. Okay, right. So we will move further. We will see how this problem can be solved. Okay, so let us write the formula what we have. So delta H, change in the height, or it is nothing but what? Simply what we can say, it is nothing but the consolidation settlement. Okay, SC is equal to HCC divided by 1 plus E naught into log of sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught. Okay, into the base 10. Okay, to the base 10. For the clay layer, we have got this particular equation. Since I think the value of E is not known, E is not known, so this can be used here. So gamma saturated value is given. Okay, gamma saturated value is given in this particular problem. So gamma saturated is equal to 17 kilonewton per meter cube. Using that, we can able to calculate. Okay, so gamma saturated is equal to G plus E divided by 1 plus E into gamma W. Okay, so gamma saturated is equal to 17. We have to substitute in the left hand side. So then G is equal to 2.65 E divided by 1 plus E into gamma W, 10. Okay, 10 kilonewton per meter cube. So then if you solve for E, the value of E will be 1.357. Okay, 1.357. It is nothing but what? The initial voids ratio. Now, initial effective stress at the mid of the clay layer. Okay, middle of the clay layer. So that we can calculate now, right? So in order to calculate this, so what we are doing in the sense, so here, so 1.5, okay, 1.5 from the top ground level to the bottom of the footing, okay, 1.5. Then remaining is 0.5, which is indicated here up to the dotted line, 0.5, okay. So that means this total portion we are considering, okay, this particular depth. So 1.5 plus 0.5, and the unit weight up to this level is 15 kilonewton per meter cube, sorry, kilonewton per meter cube. So we are considering the unit weight as it is. We are not uh, going to calculate the submerged unit weight or the saturated unit weight, nothing. Okay, the direct weight we will be considering because the water table is here, the dotted portion or the dotted line indicates the presence of the water table. Below this depth, whatever comes, so we are considering the gamma dash value. It is nothing but what? Submerged condition you have to take. Okay, so let us see. So first one is nothing but as usual 1.5 plus 0.5 into 50 plus 0.5, okay, plus 0.5. So this is nothing but this particular portion, okay. So this particular portion we are considering now 0.5, okay. So then 18, okay, the unit weight, saturated unit weight, it is given here, okay. It is nothing but what? 18, okay, 18 kilonewton per meter cube. So 18 kilonewton per meter cube since it is given. So how to calculate gamma dash? So it is nothing but gamma dash value. It is nothing but submerged unit weight is equal to saturated unit weight minus gamma W. Okay, unit weight of water. So unit weight of water is 10, saturated unit weight is 18. So 18 minus 10 into 0.5 we are considering here. The remaining portion is nothing but what? So 1.5 is there up to the middle portion we have to consider. So mid layer. So it is nothing but what? 1.5 half. So if you take, it is nothing but what? 0.75. Okay, 0.75 into the saturated unit weight is given here. Saturated unit weight is 17. So 17 minus 10. We are considering the same formula here again. So in order to calculate the gamma dash value, so gamma dash is equal to gamma saturated minus gamma W. So gamma saturated is 17 and gamma W is 10. So 17 minus 10 into 0.75, the depth. Okay. So if you solve or simplify further, so the answer will be 39.25 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. So this is nothing but what? Sigma naught value. Finally, we have to calculate the delta sigma dash. So it is nothing but what? Increment in the pressure due to the footing, the new constructed footing. Okay. So you know that the delta sigma dash, which can be easily calculated using this particular formula, load divided by area. Okay, load divided by dispersed area we are going to consider. Okay, load is nothing but what? 200 kilonewton per meter square is given. Okay, so it is nothing but what? UDL. If you take UDL, okay, so the magnitude is nothing but 200 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, per meter square. But the area is nothing but what? The since the footing shape is square. Okay, so in order to calculate the point load, we have to multiply it with 2 meter. So by 2 meter, it is nothing but what? The size of the square. Okay, square footing. So 2 meter by 2 meter. So 200 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, meter square, meter get cancels. Ultimately, the final value will be in terms of kilonewton. So 200 into 2 into 2. Okay, so it is nothing but what? 800. Okay, so 800 kilonewton is nothing but what? Point load in this particular condition. Okay, 800 kilonewton. And in the denominator, what we are going to consider? B plus Z square. Okay, so it is nothing but this particular form we are dealing now. So B uh, plus z the whole square in the denominator, and the numerator is nothing but what? The magnitude of the point load. Okay, so Q is equal to here 800 kilonewton, right? 800 kilonewton, and B is nothing but the width of the footing is 2 we are considering, plus z. Okay, z. So how to consider z? From this to this we are considering. Okay, from the bottom of the footing to the dotted line, which is shown in the middle as a middle layer of the clay strata. Okay, so how much it is? Just you see here. So from here to here it is 0.5. Just here 0.5 which is mentioned. From the bottom it is also this much portion also 0.5. Okay, 0.5 it is mentioned here. Then remaining thing, this much portion, it is nothing but we are, if you are consider, then it is going to be 0.75 because the total is 1.5 there. So we have divided into two halves. Okay, so 0.75. So 0.5, and the bottom is the top one is also 0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.5, so 1.75. So 1.75 the whole square. Okay, 1.75 the whole square. Okay, so 1.75 plus 2, it is nothing but what? 3.75 the whole square. Okay, 3.75 the whole square. So 800 divided by 3.75 the whole square we are considering. So the same value which is written over here, if you check, so 200 by 200, 2 into 2, so into 2 into 2, so it is nothing but what? 800 divided by 3.7 square. Okay, 3.75 square. So the final answer is 56.89 kilonewton per meter square, which is nothing but what? Delta sigma dash value, the increment in the applied pressure due to the construction of the new footing there. So the finally we have to substitute all these parameters in the final form of the equation. Okay, so what is that? H is nothing but 1.5 meter. So it is nothing but the this much thickness of the clay layer we are considering. This much compressible strata is existing here. So of 1.5 meter thick. So 1.5 into Cc value is 0.3. Okay, divided by 1 plus E naught. E naught value is 1.357 to log of 39.25, that is sigma naught value, which is written over here. Okay, so then plus 56.89, which is the delta sigma dash value, divided by sigma naught value 39.25. If you solve further, so you'll be getting the final answer as 74.28 mm or 0.074 meter. Okay, 0.0743 meter. So this is how these the problems which are related to the consolidation settlement that can be solved using the simple formula. Okay, I hope you have understood these problems, and you can practice uh, on your notebook with all the data as well as the relevant sketch. Okay, so in the upcoming classes we'll be discussing few more topics. Okay, so with that I'll be winding this particular session. Thank you one and all.